Hello there, welcome to Local for Leeds. It's my channel where we talk all things Leeds United. And how are we feeling today, Leeds fans? Much better, I'm sure, after that 1-0 win against Watford. What a result that is. Our first win finally in the bag, and we can all relax a little bit. We're all going to be fine. Me, myself, I'm sure everybody else, a lot of people were getting concerned. The first win is always the hardest one to get. The longer it goes on, the more worried obviously you're going to get. We went 6 games without a win, but now we can say, hey, we've got the first win. And there was no doubt about this result. For me, I was very confident going into this game. It was never in doubt for me. I knew we were going to beat Watford. I wasn't even concerned about them. I predicted 3-0. And it really should have been around that, maybe 4-5-0, to be honest with you. We created so many chances in that game and we wasted them. But hey, we scored one. If the opposition isn't going to score, all you need is one goal to win a game. And that's exactly what we got. And it was through Diego Llorente, wasn't it? Diego, of course, back in the first team after an injury. And what a difference he makes in that back four. And when he gets on the score sheet as well, we can't argue with that as well, can we? So he got back in the team alongside Liam Cooper. There was a little bit of discussion. Who's he going to bring in, Bielsa? Is he going to go straight with Strauch? And Llorente Strauch, of course, was back from his suspension, introduced late on in the game, probably just to preserve that 1-0 win. In the end, 1-0 lead as it was, turned into a 1-0 win, of course. So I thought it might go with Llorente and Strauch. I knew Llorente was going to come in. There was no doubt about it. For me, Llorente is the first choice centre-back, and you pair him again with whoever you like. Strauch, Koch, and when he's fit, will Koch be fit? We haven't really seen the best of Robin Koch since he arrived at Leeds. Hampered with injuries, hasn't he, over his time with us, which has been disappointing, because you'd have thought when both Llorente and Koch come in, that would be your first choice centre-back pairing with Cooper and Strauch as backup. It's a strong position where we've got 4 competent centre-backs. For me, I'm not the biggest fan of Liam Cooper, but you know, he does his job, doesn't he? He has got a mistake in him, but I think they all do, really, don't they? And we saw that yesterday with Llorente after his goal. A little bit of a lapse in concentration allowed Watford in. Luckily for us, he blazed it over the bar. But yeah, for me, Llorente is a massive, massive plus. When he's in the team, we do just look that little bit more solid. We saw it at the end of last season. The amount of goals we conceded was very, very less, I think, when he was in the team compared to when he wasn't. So he's a big difference. He's just a Rolls Royce of a centre back for me. He can ping a pass. He's strong in the header, in the challenge. He's just a good player, really. And he chipped in at the other end with a goal, yesterday. And what a goal it was, to be fair. I mean, if you concede it, you're going to be fuming. You're going to be furious. In the fact that you didn't deal with the corner as it came in. Obviously Rafinha whips in the corner. Watford don't deal with it. Ben Foster comes off his line, he charges off his line, they don't deal with it. It comes to Llorente, lucky ricochet to Llorente, but he's first to react, and he hooks his foot round the corner, gets it in the net, and then there's wild celebrations, isn't there? We see how much that meant to the team, and you know, getting that first win, we should have had more goals. I think Foster makes a few good saves. We hit the bar and everything. Tyler Roberts is unlucky with that effort, isn't he? But overall, like I said, if we get one, the opposition gets no goals, we win the game. Happy days. And that's all we need for the first win of the season. That's all we need. And maybe a little bit of luck went our way with they had a goal chalked off, didn't they? But to be fair, it was a foul, wasn't it? Was it Cabisselli on Cooper? He's ragging him to the ground there, isn't he? And Cooper can't do anything, hits him, goes in the net. Referee, rightly so, chalks it off, and we run out winners, which, like I said, it should have been more than one. One will do for a first win. We gets us on the board up to 6 points now. Obviously, Watford are still ahead of us on 7 points, but a word on them. Obviously, I saw a lot of Watford fans after the game disappointed with Cisco, isn't it, their manager? He is no longer their manager. He has been sacked, or he has left, I'm not sure. He is no longer the manager, that's the bottom line. A lot of fans weren't happy by the sound of it with him. and it's took its toll. He's now relieved of his position. But for me, Watford are such a mismatch, a mess of a football club. Didn't do well yesterday. We had them in us pockets all day long. They didn't really lay a glove on us, to be honest. You've got your players like Foster and Ekong, is it the centre back, starting up the YouTube channels. I mean, what is that about? The football players, they're not YouTubers. I don't understand it. Maybe, Ben Foster needs to hang up his gloves and become a YouTuber full time. I don't know. But it's I don't get it personally. And then you've got this sort of mismatch of players constantly changing. It's a very strange run. It's a very strange way to run a club. We used to be like that under Celino, where you'd have players come from here, there, and everywhere, just constantly changing, mixed up in a pot, and just come together on the pitch on a Saturday or whenever you're going to play. And it doesn't quite work. You could see, I said it in the preview, Xisco, he didn't know his best team, he didn't know his best formation. He's paid the price for it. A little bit harsh in my opinion, because like I said, they're still ahead of us. They've got 7 points, we're on 6. I'm pretty sure though they will sink down. I did tip them for relegation, like I said in the preview. At the before the season started, I predicted they will get relegated. I do think they will. Like I said, it's just a mismatch of a team. You've got your players starting up YouTube channels, and is he focused more on that than he is actually playing football? I don't know, because he's obviously got a large following as Ben Foster now. And he's still got it as a footballer. Made some good saves. Yesterday, he obviously leads the team. He's probably the oldest in the group. I think he's 38, isn't he? But they've got a good spine of it. They've got good pros. Danny Rose, Tom Cleverley, Sissoko. They've got a little bit of flair, like we said, with Ismail Assar. João Pedro, is it, on his day, can cause issues. But it's just such a random team put together, thrown together. And yeah, they're just not good enough. And for me, they're going to get relegated. We should have had more goals in there yesterday. And for me, it's a concern that we're not putting away these chances. But Bielsa now, with the lads who aren't going away on international duty, will be able to work with them on the shoot in Bamford. Hopefully we'll have a little bit more rest and time to recuperate, get his injury sorted and come back for Southampton. But we're buzzing, aren't we? Let me know your thoughts. It's great when we win, isn't it? And we're off to hopefully this will get our season up and running, and we can go now, get a win at Southampton and just roll on. But let me know your thoughts on the game. What did you think? How did you think we played? Any Watford fans? I know I've slated your team a little bit there, but how are you feeling? Are you more optimistic now Xisco has gone? Let me know your thoughts. Did you go? Did you travel up to Ellen Road to watch the game? Yesterday, I'm personally obviously happy it was a miserable trip for you if you did go, but let me know your thoughts. Everybody's very welcome here at El Loco for Leeds. But that's it. Well, thank you very much for watching. Thank you to Leeds United for getting that win, and thank you to Diego Llorente for getting us the one and only goal that eventually won the game. Thank you very much for watching. Marching on together, and I will see you on the next one.